Way to go, Mary.
This is the only time during the year that we actually come together, all together face to face. So it's a very special, intense occasion for us. And it was just very serendipitous that many of us were watching TV casually through the evening. And we so appreciate the shout out that you gave to Florida Virtual School. Immensely for planning your schedule to come here and say hello. We know you rushed and really worked hard to get here. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Let me say, first of all, how delighted I was that a number of you had actually skipped Thursday night football in order to watch the debate. So I felt really good about that. I just actually ran into several of you this afternoon, and you reminded me of the Florida Virtual School project, and Jeb Bush, who I admire greatly, had helped launch. And then I was astonished as I asked several of you about the sheer scale of it and how much has been done in the last 15 years. So I was thrilled to have a chance for Krista and me to come by. Krista has been taught piano at one point in her career. She just is bringing out a children's book for 4 to 8-year-olds called Sweet Land of Liberty, in which Ellis the elephant introduces children to American history, starting with the Pilgrims and the first Thanksgiving. And Ellis is actually at the tea party helping throw tea into the Boston Harbor and so forth. So we're both fascinated with learning. We've done 7 documentaries trying to teach people, and I've written 23 or 24 books trying to get ideas across. And I used to teach both in high school and in college. I just want to say 3 quick things to all of you. I'm delighted, and I got Julie's email address last night because I want to follow up on the brief conversation we had last night. First, I really believe that teaching is a missionary vocation. You either love knowledge and you love children, or it doesn't work. And I think one of the great tragedies of the last 50 years has been the degree to which we have bureaucratized it and routinized it and got it to a point where there are state curriculums of such boredom that the kids, in fact, are trapped inside bureaucratic models of non-education. And so what you're doing is really being pioneers. And that's the second point I want to make. We are at the edge of a future in which we either develop dramatically better systems and get young people to learn dramatically better, or we're going to just fall behind dramatically. And the fact is, Chinese, Koreans, Japanese, Indians, Singaporeans all study vastly harder than we do. Their parents value learning more than we do. They insist on discipline in their schools in a way that we gave up on 50 years ago. And so you're pioneers because we're not going to win by trying to be little Chinese. We're not going to develop a more disciplined, more regimented, more routinized system than China. We can win by being uniquely American, finding the best possible methods of learning, making them available 24/7 worldwide, and allowing everybody to pursue happiness at their own optimum rate, and then challenging them to brilliance. It's doable. And you are pleased to do it. And so I hope over the next few months to learn more about what you're doing. I had no idea the scale you've grown to. And I really look forward to, I was with Jeb plotting this when he first began to develop the idea, but this is so much beyond anything I had dreamed of in scale that I'm really intrigued with what you're doing. And so I'll just say one last thing. I want you to know that both Calista and I take seriously that our job is to reach out to the best across the country, to learn from everybody who's doing something well, and to share that with everybody else, so that collectively we move forward into a better future at an extraordinary rate. Now, I think that's doable. And I think the young people that you're bringing along in life think that's doable. And I think you can help us by being advocates of hope and opportunity, that their future will be better if they'll put into the time to genuinely learn, and that together we can create a much better America, and in that better America, every one of your students can have a better life. Thank you for letting me come by and see you.
Okay, we do get props. Taylor and Newt all in one conference. Very, very, very special thanks to Terry McCool, who started working on this morning, sending emails to his assistant. And oh, by the way, one of his assistants is actually, Michelle is her name? Okay, Michelle is actually the daughter of Mary Melvin. Do any of you remember Mary Melvin, who was one of our teachers who just retired?